If you're considering starting a website, you're in the right place. Because in this video, I'm going to train you how to find what you should do a website about. Now, this is super important. If you don't get this right, this could be the difference of success and failure. So through this course, through this lesson, I'm going to teach you exactly how to find your niche on the internet. That little corner of the internet where you can dominate, make money, and love what you do. This is an exciting time to be building websites on the internet because you can literally create your own company, your own way to create income for yourself by starting a website, doing something that you love. And so we're going to teach all about how to do this, so stay tuned. Hi, my name is Steve Cooper. I'm the founder of howtomakemoneyasakid.com and the Cash Academy, which is all about helping you make the money you want so that you can live your dreams. And I've had a secret goal, this is something that I've really wanted to do, and that is basically help kids and teens like yourself start websites, start your very own website, so that by the time you graduate from high school, you can be making enough money from your own website that you never need a job. Now, I've experienced life in both places. I've had the job. Now I have a website that produces enough income for me, which I talk about in another video. But it's so amazing. It's so exciting to be able to do something that you love and create enough money. Let me tell you, jobs are overrated. Okay, so in this video, like I said, we're gonna talk about what should you do your website about. Before you can start a website, you really need to figure out what it's going to be about, because that way you can come up with a domain name and figure out what's going to be your niche on the internet. What's going to be that little place that you can just carve out in the internet and just dominate. So we're going to discuss that in this training. So let's just review what we're going to go over. So first we're going to talk about finding your inner remarkability. That's some people call that your niche. Some people call that the hedgehog concept in a book called Good to Great. And this is all about finding out what you're passionate about, what could you be best in the world at, and then how can you make money. And once we can find the perfect place between those three, that's what's going to help you start a successful website, because it's going to be something that long term you can dominate and you can be best in the world at, and it's going to make you money. So finding your inner remarkability. So there was a Greek philosopher named Archaeolosis, if I said that right. He said, "A fox knows many things, but a hedgehog knows one important thing." And so basically what he was meaning by that is there's actually a story of the fox and the hedgehog that illustrates what this actually means. And so basically the story goes like this. There's a fox and a hedgehog. And the hedgehog, needs to come out of his cave every day and go out and find some food and stuff. And this fox, every day, is trying to think of new strategies, new ways to come and attack and eat the hedgehog. And so, basically, when the fox gets close, the hedgehog notices and curls up into a tight little ball with all of its spikes. And then the fox can't get the hedgehog. And so the hedgehog is like, outsmarts the fox every time. And the fox is very smart. It's thought of tons of tactics, tons of different things that it can do to surprise attack the hedgehog and do all these things. And every time the hedgehog just simply curls up into a ball wherever he is, and he's safe. The fox can't get him. So basically the moral of the story is, even though the fox is smarter and has many skills and many abilities, the hedgehog is really good at one thing, and that's being a hedgehog. So, which basically means that hedgehog is really good at just curling up into that little ball, and then the fox can't ever get him. So it doesn't matter how many different ways the fox comes at the hedgehog is always going to win, because he's really good at one thing. And so when we're trying to discuss and find your inner remarkability, we're going to try to find out how you can be like the hedgehog. What's that secret sauce, that special skill that you have, that passion with that skill that you have that you can really dominate on the internet? And that's what your website is going to be about, because this is something that can last a long time, you'll enjoy doing it, and that's where you'll see success. So let's jump right in. Okay, so to discuss your hedgehog concept, let me draw you something here. So there's actually, there's a way I always describe this, and basically it's 3 circles. So you got 1, 2, 3. Okay, perfect. So this first circle, let's see, there we go. Okay, this first circle, this is what we call your passion. What are you passionate about? Okay, what are the things that you love and like really enjoy doing? Because in business, you really have to enjoy it, especially with a website. You know, because it's going to take a little while for you to be successful online. You can't just start a website and tomorrow just be super successful. It's going to take time to build this, so you have to love it. You have to love doing it, and even though you're not making any money for a while, that you're going to enjoy doing it enough to keep going. Because passion leads to success. Because passion, basically what it is, passion leads to persistence, and persistence leads to success. Okay, so this next circle over here is your skills. So there's probably something in your life that you've just become amazing at, and it's probably something that you like a hobby. And so whether that's like playing an instrument of some kind, or playing some kind of computer game, or just there's different things. Like when I was a kid, I created armor and I built tree forts. And so those are some skills that I developed and built myself. And now, like as I'm older, you know, I built the shed, no problem. I actually got my degree in construction management, which actually didn't help me as much as just my tinkering around as a kid did. But I have a skill for making things, for creating things. Like I made my kids a bunk bed out of pallets. I mean, it's just like, it's just a skill that I have. Okay, so what are the skills that you have? So that's the other piece of this. And then the bottom part, is money. Okay, because you have to have a strategy, a business model, a way that you can make money from this, because that's what's going to make it sustainable. If all you have is, you know, your passion right here and skills, that's what we call a hobby. Okay, but if you can find all 3, this spot right here, this is where you win. That little spot right there, that's where you win. So once you can find your passion meets your skill, meets a revenue stream, a way to make money, that's where you're going to be able to dominate, and that's going to be your niche. That's going to be your inner remarkability. Okay, so let's talk about passion. So I've come up with a bunch of questions, and what I want you to do is actually take out a piece of paper or your computer or whatever, and I want you to make 2 lists. I want you to think of everything that you're passionate about right now, and then a little later we're going to talk about everything that you're good at. Okay, and a lot of them might be kind of the same things. So I went to a YouTuber conference, basically where, you know, a bunch of really big YouTuber, you know, people that have their own channels on YouTube go. And there's this guy who interviewed a ton of really big YouTubers. His name was Austin Craig. And basically, in his interview, he asked, what was the most important thing you've done to create success? And the biggest response that he got back was, be passionate. Because that passion is really, like I said earlier, it's going to be that glue that keeps you going, that keeps you being persistent, so that eventually you have something successful. And so I want you to take like 3 minutes, pause the video if you have to, but write down everything you can think of that you are passionate about. And this could be just anything. Really try to rack your brain on anything that you are passionate about. Okay? So pause the video right now and think about it. Start writing. Okay. So I came up with a bunch of questions to kind of help you figure out what you're passionate about, to kind of just joggle your brain if you weren't able to think of many things. These questions should help you think of something. So over here you can see, what would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? If you would just be successful at anything, what would you do? Take a second to think about that. That might be something that you're passionate about. Okay? What do you do in your free time? Like when you have nothing else to do, no homework, no chores, no anything, what do you choose to do in your free time? Is it reading? Is it, playing video games? Is it creating armor like I used to do, building tree forts? What are those things that you do when you have free time? Okay, what are the things that are different about you? There's it's really just coming to figure out what's different about you than other people like. And these things will kind of stick out because, I don't know, you probably know that you're different this way. So are you techie, or what's different about you than the other kids at school? There's got to be some things that are different and unique about you. So write those things down. What are some of the things that your friends and family tease you about? If you have some kind of weird thing that people tease you about, that might be something that you're good at, and that might be something that you could possibly be, passionate about. So it's kind of along the same lines. What's quirky about you? What are your favorite toys, products, gadgets, brands? I know people that have built businesses around a brand, around like Disneyland, because they just love Disneyland. They're able to build an entire business around Disneyland, or other software products or video games. I mean, there's ways that if you love certain products and businesses or brands, then that's maybe something that you're passionate enough about to create a website about. What are your favorite classes in school? Is it history, science, math? Well, what are all those things in those classes that you enjoy the most? If you can find something there that you're passionate about, that can be a good place to start. So what are some things that are unique about your family? So like for me, I grew up on a farm. I have 11 kids in my family. I learned to work hard. My family would like to sing and dance and just have a lot of fun and doing things. So like, what are those things about your family that's different? Because that might be something that you're passionate about that you can pursue with a website. So what kind of videos do you love watching? If you get on YouTube or something and you just like start watching videos, what are those kind of videos that you actually love watching? Is it TV shows? Like, what are your favorite ones? And maybe that could be something that you're passionate enough about to create a website about. Social media, like what's your favorite social media platform? Is it Twitter? Is it Instagram? Is it Snapchat? What is your favorite thing? Why is that your favorite thing? And what kind of content do you like the most on that? Because the stuff that you like the most is probably the stuff that you can create. If you love cooking videos on Facebook, then maybe you should create cooking videos on Facebook. So just rack your brain around that. What do you love to read about? If you get to choose to read a book, like my sister, she reads cookbooks. She just like loves cooking, and she doesn't ever want to read a novel, but she loves reading cookbooks. So obviously she's passionate about cooking, and she's an amazing cook. What's your favorite social media channel? I already talked about that. And what kind of content do you like on that platform? And do you have any problems that are super bugging you right now? A lot of times you can come up with something you can be passionate about by something that you hate so bad that you want to provide a solution for. For me, I hate flies so bad, and I have come up with a couple different product ideas for fly traps, and they're very special fly traps. And so, is there something that's bugging you so bad, literally like flies? You don't have to do flies, but that you can provide a solution for, and you could actually create a website about that. So anyway, those are just a bunch of questions to just really rack your brain. So keep making your list long, pause the video if you need it, look through these questions, and then try to think about all the things that you're passionate about, because this is going to be really important for helping you find your niche, helping you find your inner remarkability. Okay, so now we're on to skills. What can you be best in the world at? What are those things that you find yourself doing more and more? Like just because I built so many tree forts, I actually built a skill in tree forts and building tree forts and building things. And I noticed that skill and I developed that. So what are those skills that you have? So when I decided to start howtomakemoneyasakid.com, I wasn't necessarily the best in the world at teaching kids. I still probably am not, but I am the best in the world at teaching kids how to make money because I'm like the only one that's really doing this. I'm the only one that's really dominating this space. I've got a lot more domination to go, mind you, but there's no one else really in the world that has created a business around this. And so that's what you want to think about. What's something that you can really dominate, some skill that you can hone in on and dominate. Like me, I'm probably the best person in the world at teaching kids how to make money. I might be the only person doing it, but guess what? That's okay. So, and you know, when I was a kid, I did start several businesses. I had a rabbit business. I actually recycled recycled aluminum cans. I filmed play productions and anyway, and sold the DVDs to the cast after, and so I did a lot of things as a kid to make money. I had I worked on a farm and I got paid to work on my parents' farm. But even though I was making money, I still wanted to have my own businesses. So this is something like, there's kind of a skill here that I've been developing, and so that's like a skill that I have and I've developed over time. I've really become a student of business. So, so basically, one of the big reasons why I started this site is because I kind of went through this same passion, skills, money thing myself, and you know, I'm passionate about my passion for how to make money as a kid was, one, I did it growing up as a kid, and two, I really, really want my kids to have their own successful businesses before they leave home, because I just never want them to have a job, and I want that same thing for you. So I have this like passion that kind of drives me. I just like your success really just makes me like excited and want to keep teaching and keep creating content and keep moving this thing forward. And the skills, you know, since I did business as a kid, I kind of developed skills. I honed different skills like salesmanship and marketing and these different skills that I you know, honed over time. And so I saw that with how to make money as a kid. I was like, okay, I have this passion about teaching my kids about how to make money. I did it growing up, and so that's kind of a skill. And then making money. Usually you can make money teaching people how to make money. And we're going to talk about this a little bit more in the next section of this video. Okay, so we need to help. So you need to figure out what you can be the best in the world at. So on that second column in your list, I want you to make a list of all the things that you are good at, that you have skills in. So write all those things down. And these skills can be developed. Like I said, like if you're not the best in the world at it right now, you probably could become the best in the world at it if you just put your heart and mind to it. In fact, you can. I know you can. Okay, so take a couple minutes, pause the video right now, write down everything that you're really good at. Okay? So I also came up with a bunch of questions to help you kind of rack your brain a little bit more about this. So what do you, so first of all right here, what do you want to be good at? Maybe you're not good at something, but you like watched a bunch of skiing videos and you're like, I really want to be good at skiing, or I really want to be good at golfing, or whatever it is. Or I really want to be good at singing, like whatever it is. So if you want to be good at it, then that might be, you might have enough passion behind that to help you actually develop that skill. Okay. Do you play an instrument? I know a girl, the piano gal. It's this girl that I've worked with a little bit and actually interviewed her. I'll be posting that soon. Anyway, she was like, just loves playing the piano, and she's really good at the piano. Like at a young age, she was like, she just picked up the piano really fast, and so she's like, I have a skill here. And so now she's created a website around playing the piano, and it's called The Piano Gal, and a YouTube channel and a Facebook channel, all these different things that she plays music. She plays music backwards. I mean, she was able to go to Japan and play Frozen theme backwards and stuff, just because she found something that she liked and something she was good at, and then she's created a website around that. And now she's, you know, making money, and she's selling music and doing a lot of different things. So, do you play an instrument? So is there any software products that you use a lot? You know, a lot of times there's a lot of people, when a software product really solves someone's problem, there's a lot of people that use it. There's a lot of people that want to use it, but there's a barrier. They come into a barrier of actually learning how to use that software product. So I've seen people create entire websites and businesses around helping learn a new software product, like Evernote. Evernote it's actually this right here that I'm using to type this stuff in. But I know there's a guy who created business and courses and just different things to help people get really good at just being good at Evernote, taking notes. Anyway, but that's if there's some kind of software out there that you're good at or you really enjoy, then you can a lot of times teach that. So here's some other things you need to think about. Do you like writing? I personally didn't love writing, but I've been writing a lot more and I've come to like it over time, and that's really how I built my website. Do you like making videos? As a kid growing up, I loved making videos. I made like an hour-and-a-half feature-length video. I wrote the script, got all the costumes, the cast together, everything. I mean, I just did this for fun. Like, instead of playing video games, I made a video because that was just super fun for me. And then at the end, we got a bunch of our friends together, a bunch of people, and we played it in my basement and had this big show recording. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, so if you like making videos, then maybe you should make videos. Okay. Do you like taking pictures? If you really like taking pictures, like with a camera, or you want to be a photographer, then there's definitely websites and businesses you can start around that. Okay. So here's another question to think about. What social media network do you spend the most time on? So where are you spending the most time? Because basically what you can do is you can, instead of being a user of all that content and a consumer of content on that social media channel, you can become a creator in your niche, and then that can make you money. So and then, you know, what social media network do you have the most followers on? Because chances are, I mean, you might already have like a YouTube channel or something that's got a couple thousand followers, and so that might be a place that you want to hone that niche, start a website around that niche, and build that thing out. So I mean, YouTube, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Pinterest. There's people that build entire businesses off of Pinterest just by pinning things, posting their own images, and then people go to their website and they ads and affiliate links and everything, you name it. So these are some things that just to help you rack your brain about what skills you have. So in that next column, figure out what are all the skills that you have right now, or what are the skills that you would like to develop. Okay? All right. Okay. So segment 3, this segment right here, is all about money. Okay? Because like I said earlier, if you have some kind of passion and some kind of skill, but you know, if you're really good at those two things and you don't make any money, then that's a hobby. It's not a business. So a website needs to be a business because there are costs involved with a website. They're not huge. They're a lot less than other traditional businesses, but there are costs. And so you need to have, you know, and your time is worth money. So you have to be able to make money from your website. And I made an entire video about this, making money on your website, all the different ways that you can make money on a website. So you probably already watched it. If not, go back and watch that video. But to kind of talk about this and finding your niche, what kind of niches are good for making money? So there's three things in helping people. So there's 3 things around making money that, I don't know, they're businesses that just like kill it and that make people a lot of money. So, and they are health, relationships, and money. So health, like people pay a lot of money to be healthy, to eat right, to lose weight, to exercise. I mean, go to the doctors. I mean, you name it. Health is a very important thing. Because if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. And so health, that's usually a really good place to find a niche to make money, whether it's losing weight or exercising or building your calf muscles or your abs, whatever. So a couple things you might want to ask yourself: do you like to cook? What kind of food do you like to cook? Do you like eating healthy food? Do you like to exercise? What type of exercise do you like to do most? Do you have any weird diseases or disorders? Now, I know this sounds funny, but there's a lot of other people that might have that disease, and they might not know personal experiences about it. So you could actually create an entire website around a disease that you struggle with and help other people cope with that. That might be something you could do. But that's all about health. Do you have some kind of pain in your life related to some health issue, back problems, different things? There's a lot of money in this space of health that you can create a good business, and the people will be really willing to pay you money to have an audience in that space. So those are some things to think about around health. Now, there's always those weight loss programs, those eating, those diets. There's always new businesses coming out or in health. So you can carve out your own little niche in the health space. I know this guy who created a business called Nerd Fitness. He was just like a super nerd, a computer programmer guy, but he made a business around being a nerd and fitness. And so those people that feel like they're nerds but want to get fit, they just go to his website and they love it. So anyway, so health. So that's a great place to be to make money. Now, I talk about these 3 different categories of great places to make money, but really anything you can think of, anything that you're passionate about and skills that you have really could become something that can make you money. Like, honestly, if you can just build up a big enough following, anybody will pay you for that following. So you don't have to kitty corner yourself into these 3 topics, and if your topic doesn't fall into one of these 3, you don't have to oh, that's not going to work. But these are general guidelines for places where it's really easy to make more money. Okay? So relationships. Relationships, that's all about, you want to be famous, or it's all about, really like developing relationships, because that's really an important part of people's lives, is the relationship with their mom, the relationship with their siblings, their girlfriends, boyfriends, and helping people improve those relationships. That's a very important part of people's lives, and people are very willing to pay money. That's why there's like so many dating websites and so many different things like that to help people get into relationships. So just some things to think about in this area. So okay, are you good at making people laugh? Are you super good looking? Do you like being super generous? Are you very giving and charitable? I know people that have created businesses around that, giving back to people. Do you care about how you look? There's ways that you look, like on YouTube, there's like 1,000 makeup channels, like where these girls and women, they'll put on their makeup and teach you how to put on their makeup, and that's all about beauty. So you look good, feel confident, so you can get guys. It's all about building relationships. Okay. Do you have mad guy skills? Do you have mad girl skills? Like, anyway, are you really good at talking to and flirting with the opposite gender? Family history, genealogy, helping people connect to their ancestors. There's huge businesses around that. Does making friends come super easy to you? You could literally train people how to be friends, like how to build friendships and start conversations and do those kind of things. And do you really care about people and want to help them? So relationships is a little bit more difficult to figure out, like where's the best place, but there definitely is businesses around that. And there's businesses, Facebook is really a big relationship thing. Look how big Facebook is. It's just this huge relationship business, right? So you can create some kind of website that helps people in their relationships. Okay, now the last one is money. Helping people make or earn money in different ways. Okay, so like my website, How to Make Money as a Kid, I was like, okay, I have this passion, this skill, and I know that teaching people how to make money is usually a good place to make money. Not always the case. I think there's obviously better niches, but there's a when you can help people reach their goals by making money, then a lot of times you can make a lot of money in those kind of spaces. That doesn't mean everyone here needs to go and start their own how to make money as a kid website, which you could, and I would love it. But there's a lot of business around helping people be successful in their business. I mean, that's like a lot of big businesses that do business for other businesses. That's what it's all about. It's like this business over here has created a product that helps this business be more efficient so they can make more money. So there's so many businesses and ways to help people make money, not just like teaching people how to start a website or different things like that. There's a lot of different ways in this space to help people make money. So, so do you have a particular skill with making money? Are you good at saving money? What are your parents' occupations? You know, sometimes your parents have these skills and you've probably learned some of those skills, and then you could use those same kind of skills in teaching other people. So anyway, so those are 3 things to kind of think about with your business model. Now, honestly, if you can just create something you're passionate about, something you have skills, and do the things I talk about in my other video of how to make money with a website, you'll build an audience and you will make money, no matter what you choose. But the really key thing, I think, is finding something you can be passionate about, that when you're struggling. I mean, it took me 3 years to get how to make money as a kid to actually making decent money, to where I could quit my job and go at this full time. So 3 years, that's a lot of time. I mean, there was a lot of times where I was discouraged, but since I had the passion behind it, I was like, okay, I'm going to keep doing this. You know, I do have a lot of other skills. Like I have skills, like I was a door-to-door salesman. I was like the best door-to-door salesman in my company. But I don't really have a passion for door-to-door sales. Now I could make a lot of money doing it. So I had this one and this one, but I didn't really have the passion behind it. So now, even though I make way less money, I way enjoy my work way more because I'm passionate about it. I have the skill, and I figured out how to make money with it. So I'm winning. Where before with doing door-to-door sales, you know, I had the skill, staying good at it, I was making plenty of money, but I just didn't have the passion, and so I just really wasn't happy. And so it's really where you find these 3 circles where right where they come together is where you'll be successful. So now what you need to do with your 2 lists that you have your list of things you're passionate about and your list of things that you're good at. Now you need to find things, and also the thing of your money thing around relationships, teaching people how to make money, and health. So if there's any other things in there. So what you need to do now is find those different places where those all come together, and that's where you can win. So I want to tell you an example of my brother-in-law. So you can I sat down with him and really worked with him to help him find his niche. And when he found it, it was like a light switch went off. And he was like, oh, that's what I got to do. That would be awesome. So basically he's like very handy. He's like, his dad has a bunch of rental properties and he manages rental properties, and he's always helping him fix things and running his they have a bigger lot, not a farm really, but anyway, they've got a lot of land. He's always like tinkering, always building stuff. He's building this sweet tree fort that's like really cool up in this like big tree, and anyway, he's just really handy. So I was like trying to rack my brain about like what kind of website he could create. And anyway, I can't remember exactly how we did this same kind of list thing, and we found out, okay, he likes to build stuff. He's good at building stuff, and what's a place where he can make money about that? And I noticed in some keyword research that I did that pallets, like pallet projects, was a big thing on the internet. Like, there's a lot of people doing it, and it was like a good place that you could do pallet projects, build these things out of pallets, you know, make wooden things. Like I made a bunk bed out of pallets. You know, that's something that people like, that because it's free wood. It's taking something, recycling, making it useful. Anyway, it's just crazy. So he started him a website. He's still working on it, but it's called I can't even think of what the name of it is. endlesspalletprojects.com. Anyway, so that's his website that he's started on. We'll see if he actually runs with it. But he was able to find something that he was passionate about. He likes building things. He has a skill in and using the wood he finds around everywhere and building these things. So we're like, okay, where can you make money? Pallets, that's a huge thing on Pinterest and YouTube. Anyway, building things, teaching people how to build things. So I was like, okay, this is what you could do. And when we talked about this, I just saw like a light switch go off in his brain. He was like, oh, that's it. Like, I love that. So whatever you do, you got to decide. You got to love the idea. You got to be passionate about it and excited about it, so that way you'll actually pursue it and do it, because passion leads to persistence, and persistence leads to success. And so if you got those three things, you got passion, skills, and a way to make money, and you can be persistent, that's what's going to lead you to success. So that's how you should do about your website. So what should you do a website about? Whatever you love, whatever you can be best in the world at, and whatever you can do to make money, because the money is going to make that sustainable. So I hope this was helpful in deciding what you should do your website about. So anyway, if you're watching this on YouTube, just go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click here on some other videos. We're going to be playing a lot more videos about starting a website as a teenager, and hope that this was helpful. So thanks, and we'll catch you in the next training.